The following is a WTC production.
Welcome to the Maiden Voyage of What the Cluck, a podcast filled with thoughts, opinions, talk, and a dash of humor. Grab your life vest and hop on board the Titanic of all podcasts. What the Cluck? Well, hopefully our first voyage doesn't start out like theirs did.
Yeah, what a flustercluck.
Is there anyone there?
Yes, what do you see?
Iceberg, right ahead!
Anyways, welcome to What the Cluck. I'm Steve.
And I'm Devin.
And we're here to go on a journey with you. And first of all, we just kind of want to explain who we are. We have been thinking about some time having our own podcast because we spend a lot of time talking about different things, whether it be movies or
Pop culture, politics, current events. I mean, we've just kind of for years always talked about all the different things, much like a lot of people do. But we kind of figured, especially in the world today, it's now might be a good time to kind of maybe voice our opinions on some things. And, you know, hopefully we can, maybe bring to light some things that you've never heard about. And, you know, conversely, if maybe you'll be able to bring things to us that we've never heard about or, you know, thought of. And
I do think a lot of it has to do with, you know, we spend hours just sitting around talking over a cup of coffee or maybe a drink, an adult beverage, and we'll just chat. We'll just be chatting about things that are going on in the world, or maybe that last movie that we saw. And it's not uncommon for us to go see a movie and then spend the next hour talking about it. And so we were hoping that maybe through creating a podcast that kind of focused on us talking about, whatever's going on in our lives or whatever's going on in the world that we think needs to be talked about, that we can maybe help bring some insight and clarity to others as well. And we're just hoping that it'll be a lot of fun, you know. So I think that's where kind of the chicken motif comes from. You're probably thinking, so I'm tuning into this and it's What the Cluck. It must be a farming show.
So to those who found this channel and thought, oh, I'm going to learn something about poultry, we're sorry to disappoint you. but we are not a farming channel.
There may be chickens from time to time. But we're not going to necessarily be talking about farming. Unless maybe we start farming and we've got some insight from it that we want to share. But
that'll be like season 5 when we have nothing else to talk about and we just decide we're doing something new now. Anyways.
So the other aspect of the What the Cluck was just to kind of take it that sometimes we're going to be talking about things that might be a little bit serious. Maybe they'll be a little controversial. Maybe it'll be things that are going on in the world or in our society here in the United States that can be a little divisive. And so we want to address those issues, really talk about them, but also at the same time not take any of it too seriously to where we can't poke fun at ourselves and poke fun at the other side, and maybe through the process just have some fun along the way. I think that and that's just, again, that goes back to our conversations that we've had. We take things lightly and have fun with it.
Yeah, and there's a time to be serious, and there's a time for levity, and I think definitely the specific moments will call for it, and you'll know when that is. But overall, yeah, I think the goal for our channel and for this podcast is really just to kind of have fun talking about things that we like to talk about, and hopefully add a little bit of levity to some of the things that are happening in a somewhat seemingly dark and depressing time. So
that's what you can expect. A little bit of everything. At times it might be a lot more of some things than others, and but along the way, I would really encourage you to comment on our podcasts, our videos, or the YouTube channel, wherever you find us, that you're getting our information, and post questions, give us feedback as we grow in this podcast. We'd be more than happy to kind of tailor things to what the audience is interested in. And if you tell us that, hey, there's some new movie coming out, and you saw it and thought it was great, but maybe it's not getting a lot of attention out in society, and you wanted to highlight it, maybe we'll go see it and we'll do a review on it. So we really want you to have a voice in this conversation, and so there'll be times when we're going to give you that opportunity to have a voice, and we'd really encourage you to use it, because that just improves the quality of all of our lives, even if you don't always agree. We're not we don't want to be in an echo chamber where only people who agree comment. So feel free in a very polite way to share your thoughts of disagreement, and that's fine too.
Yeah. So I would say thank you for joining us on this voyage. We don't really know where it's going to take us, but we are excited to be here, and we're excited to have you all along.
So where do we go from here? Our next episode is already in the works, and it's because of something that's kind of going on. It's very current. It was a movie that just got released that we both saw, and spent about an hour talking about afterwards, and we probably spent another hour talking about it afterwards, in bits and pieces, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and that's the movie Civil War. So if you haven't seen it yet, check out our next episode and get our take on it. And I'll tell you up front, there won't be any spoilers in there. We will only talk in general terms for those of you that haven't seen it, because there's nothing worse than learning too much about a movie and then you go and you see it and you wish, like, oh, I wish I hadn't known that. So we're only going to present to you what you're going to really learn in either the first few minutes of the film or what you're seeing out of the trailers. And but beyond that, you'll kind of get our big picture take. So check that next episode out, and like Devin said, welcome on our journey.
I don't have a good outro for that.